Hey, welcome to the first ever episode of Rough Talk MMA. This is fun. I'm excited.
I keep feeling like I'm going to mess up the name.
Yeah, well, we do another podcast, Rough Talk VR, similarly named. So this is
if
not
that happens, that's where it came from.
Yes, as well as if you see any Rough Talk VR merch or anything at any point, that's just because we do another podcast, Rough Talk VR, all about virtual reality. But we're longtime MMA fans, longtime UFC fans.
You've been a lifetime MMA fan.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been training jiu-jitsu since I was 13.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to be 30.
Yeah.
So going on 17 years of jiu-jitsu. Even got the IBJJF Worlds t-shirt for anyone watching on video as well too. So I guess you could say my technical expertise is mostly on the ground, but lifelong boxing fan, lifelong MMA fan. You've been watching combat sports since before I was born. We're a father-son duo as well too. So this is definitely a passion project we're kicking off now. And seemed like no better time with the Paramount Plus deal.
That was the deciding factor, sir.
Pay-per-views are free now.
The
well,
$89 $89 a month
if you're
or a week.
If you're in the United States, it's what, $7.99, $8.99 a month, and you get all the cards. Now, pay-per-views still do exist for people in other countries like Canada and the UK and Australia. They still have to pay for pay-per-views, but the tides have shifted. It was always America paid the most for pay-per-views. Now we get it for the best price. Things have flipped.
Knock on wood.
So we've been talking about doing this podcast for a while. Like I said, with the new Paramount Plus deal, it seemed like the best time.
Perfect kickoff and a perfect card to start it off with.
Yeah, this is the first.
Well, would have been a perfect card other than the disastrous news last week.
Yeah, UFC 324 got a huge setback with it last week with the news that Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes is off. And that was actually one of my most hyped fights of this card. To me, that was my main event. Mm-hmm. And what we're going to do on this episode, we're going to go through each fight. We're going to start top to bottom. So start with the main event and then work our way back in case anyone, that's really what they're tuning in for. And this episode is the main event. Won't make you wait till the end. But I think we actually had diverging opinions on who was going to win that fight. I was picking Amanda Nunes.
I was taking Kayla.
See? I hope they reschedule. I hope Kayla.
My concern went up though when I saw articles coming out a week and a half ago that she was starting her weight cut already and that there was some concern, and then it wasn't but like 4 days later the news hit that she was out.
Well, you
not
can,
because of that, but
you can find videos of her last weight cut and it was brutal for her. She's big. But so was Amanda Nunes. I think that was going to be a fun fight.
It was going to be an amazing fight. I hope, you know how this works. Sometimes those stars don't align back up and it's just the perfect storm won't happen. I'm hoping it happens. It's a fight I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
I was most hyped out of, and this is a stacked card from top to bottom, but that one was the one I was most focused on.
And the word is that Kayla needs neck surgery.
Uh-huh.
So depending on how it goes, it's going to dictate how long she's actually out for. Could be over a year, depending on how.
Yeah, and then how the rehab goes, and if any incidents happen after that, because certain surgeries that can be a life-changing incident. So,
the UFC is going to pump her with all the stem cells and peptides and stuff like that.
So, they got all those matrix cubes set up with the tubes running out.
Whatever other next level physical therapy is available, I'm sure.
I hope she gets a speedy recovery, and I don't want to be selfish, but I wanted this fight to happen, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for the return of Amanda Nunes, the GOAT for women's MMA. So that was a big one gone. And we're recording this on Sunday. So it's possible.
Sunday before, 1 week out.
I mean, the way this goes with these cards. We could lose one or two more between now and...
Anything can happen in the fight game.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised. If there's any changes to the card, we're talking about fights.
Trip over a cable.
Yeah, just keep in mind, this was recorded the Sunday before the card.
Oh.
And we will do a post-fight wrap-up the next day after the card airs on Saturday as well, too. But we'll go through each fight, and we'll each pick a winner and give some justification of why we think that. Kicking off first with the main event of the evening is Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett for the interim UFC lightweight title. Since Ilia Topuria is out dealing with some personal stuff, it's an interim title fight, not the full undisputed champion. Ilya's saying that he's going to return sometime April, May.
That's not too far.
So it seems like that the winner of this fight probably won't need to do any interim title defenses or anything. It'll be, next fight right for the
That's
the undisputed title.
That's how I would think, especially depending on how the fight goes with medicals and time spent. So it'd almost be perfect.
Yeah. I mean, look, 3-4 month recovery. I agree. Well, recovery and time to do another camp. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
And Ilya's in the gym training hard too. I think he's a bad matchup for either one of the guys that win this fight, but we'll save that for
Who do you think he's the worst matchup for?
Oh,
who do you think out of these two would give him the better fight, regardless of who wins this one?
I mean, dude, honestly, I think he sleeps them both in the first.
Really, in the first?
Yeah. I think he's too technical for Justin on the feet, and I don't think Paddy gets him down. I think he just lights Paddy up. But we'll talk about that when Ilya makes his return.
I almost can't disagree with you there. I would give Gaethje a little more credit.
I know.
With his ability to survive on his feet, but
it's just such a bad matchup because Ilya's so technical on the feet.
Well, every once in a while you get a beast in a division that for whatever reason can't be touched. Look at Silva.
Two division champ. I just think Ilya is a bad matchup for everyone. But anyway, we're talking about Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. I'll actually let you, if you don't mind, I'll let you go first of who you think is going to win this fight.
Dude, it's like on paper, where it gets tough for me is you spend a lot of years watching people fight, so you develop an emotional attachment, and it makes it hard to, like, how far do you want to separate yourself from what you truly believe versus what, like, honestly, like, on paper it should be this.
That's me with Justin. I remember when he made his at the time, it's PFL, but it was the World Series of Fighting organization, now PFL, but WSOF. I remember when Justin Gaethje made his debut there, and I've been
young fry.
I've been big on him since. So you want to talk about separating heart and emotion from brain? This is a tough one for me there.
Yeah, I love Justin, dude. His fighting's good. The concern I have with him in this fight is the age factor, and I hate saying that when somebody's only a whopping 37.
But that's old in fight years.
In combat sport, I mean, when in the era that I grew up, I was born in the 70s, but it's like 28 was your prime athletic peak in sports, especially like a physical sport like boxing. And then came mixed martial arts, where we're seeing these numbers now from these people who have done it like pretty much their whole life are way surpassing we would call retirement years from sports.
And let's be real about Justin. It's not just a normal 37. He has some miles on those fights. He's been in wars.
That is kind of my other concern. His knockout ability is legit. So it's like, okay, I have Paddy winning by submission. I'm actually going to say probably the second round. But
before they're too sweaty.
In my head, Paddy's going to have to weather some serious storms to get this to happen. But if he can get him on the ground, I don't think Justin's going to do much to stop what's going to happen from there. But there's a part of me that can see Justin just getting one off on him, dude, and taking just right on the chin. I don't know if Paddy's been hit by anybody like Justin before.
No, he's gotten tagged quite a bit by Jared Gordon in the UFC.
So if that
even staggered him on the feet for a second. You saw the knees buckle for a second.
And Justin's a different animal, dude. I mean, from head to toe, it's like that's a solid human being.
And Paddy's a little cocky with his chin. He always says Scousers can't get knocked out. Anybody can get knocked out.
He's got the McGregor confidence, and they have propped him up pretty much from the start. So this is going to be the probably one of the biggest tests I feel for Paddy, but I'm going to lean on Paddy to take in a submission in a second, going with youth, his arrogance and confidence, which, hey, thus far he's backing it up. But would I be upset if Justin came out and fucking leveled him? Probably not.
I'll take it a step further. What submission do you think he'd catch him with? Rear naked choke? If Paddy wins by submission, I anticipate a rear naked.
And it'll be Justin's own doing by giving his back up by trying to turn away. That's how I picture it going down. He'll get him. Justin will try to defend. He'll turn and then and Paddy shouldn't be slept on either. It's like, but this will be a true test. No, there are people who would say that, has he been challenged?
Paddy's got one of those personalities that makes you love to hate him.
Yeah.
Like the way he does his whole character.
Yeah, man.
People are going to root against him, but to your point, he definitely is very talented. I do agree on the has he been challenged thing. You look at his resume. He does have wins over Tony Ferguson and Michael Chandler, both definitely in the tail end of their career.
I was going to say, they're not in their peak.
Michael Chandler was out for years waiting for the McGregor fight before he finally came back. And McGregor's a much different matchup than Paddy. They both do have actually Justin did finish Tony in the 5th round, but they do have wins over Tony Ferguson, but it's a much different Tony Ferguson that Justin Gaethje fought than Paddy Pimblett fought. This isn't just to pick opposite of you. There are times that we will agree on the fighter and maybe even the method.
Yeah.
In this one, though, and I even say in my notes here, I'm going with the heart pick.
Going with your boy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Justin Gaethje by decision. I think he's going to pick him apart, not with jabs and straights. He's just going to tee off on him on the outside for 5 rounds. There's some factors to this. A lot of people focus on Justin Gaethje's hands. Obviously he did have the head kick knockout of Dustin Poirier, but something we've seen Justin get away from in the more recent part of his career that was a huge part of his beginning of his career was his leg kicks. The man was even going leg kick for leg kick with Edson Barboza, which is a ridiculous feat to do. And I think it's easy to forget this with Justin as well, just due to how, much of his focus of his game is on his feet. He's an all-American wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive wrestling-wise, when you go stat-wise, he does a really good job, not only stopping takedowns, but getting back to his feet. I will say, to your point as well, I even put it in my notes, if Paddy is to catch him by submission, I could see it happening in the 1st or 2nd round, and kind of exactly what you described. Paddy takes him down, Justin goes to stand back up to his feet, gives up the back, and Paddy gets the choke quick.
Yep.
However, when you look at I don't know if Paddy's going to be able to get him down for one with his wrestling accolades and his ability to get back up. And then when you look at the strikers that have outstruck Justin, it's typically really technical boxers like Dustin Poirier or fighters with really good straights. Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira. You watch Paddy shadow box, you watch him on the feet. It's much more wild, much more wide, untraditional boxing, much more of a brawling style, which I do think Justin's more crisp on the feet than Paddy. So if Paddy can't take him down, I don't really anticipate Paddy outstriking him. I don't know if Justin's going to be able to get the finish. I think it's going to look a lot like the Rafael Fiziev fights. I think he's just going to pick him apart on the feet. Not too high output, just slowly get the better of him on the outside at boxing range. So I'm going to go with Justin by decision.
Paddy's got a 32% chance to take him down based on numbers per se. I mean, Paddy's got a 50% takedown defense and Justin has a significantly higher.
The All-American wrestler, and it's not just
68%.
And it's not just the defense, it's how long can he be held down.
Both of them seem to enjoy kicking the crap out of legs, pretty close within a percentage or two.
Yeah, but Justin's power difference is there.
Dude, he's meat. He's solid. That's a solid. If you hug that guy, it's like hugging a boulder with a shirt on.
Yeah.
It's no joke. It's going to be a good fight.
I could see it going either way. Paddy by sub or Justin by decision, but I'm going to pick Justin by decision.
I wouldn't sleep on Justin with 9 first-round fights. First-round stops. That's pretty intense, dude.
The fear is if he's too wild on the feet, he does open himself up for a takedown.
I think he's going to try for the knockout, too.
Mm-hmm.
But if he can stretch it out past the second, stuff any takedowns, I don't know, though. Paddy's good, dude. He really is.
We have seen him struggle in the past with fighters with good striking that can stuff the takedown. Like Jared Gordon, most people, you go to the media scorecards of Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon, it's all Jared winning that fight. Nobody really thought Paddy won the fight. Won it, if anything, swayed the judges with crowd reactions. But in terms of who won the fight, Jared stuffed the takedowns and clocked him. As well, he has past losses outside the UFC as well, and it's all the strikers that can stuff the takedown. So, but Paddy's also the biggest he's ever been, the strongest. He's definitely hitting his athletic peak.
He's prepared as hell for this fight, too.
It's a tough challenge for Justin. Again, I'm going to go Justin by decision, but if I see Paddy slap that rear naked choke on in the first couple rounds before they're sweaty, I won't be completely shocked as well either. So official picks is you have Paddy by sub.
Yep.
I'm going Justin by decision. And if you're watching on YouTube, let us know in the comments who you think is going to win that fight. Same thing on Spotify. Spotify has comments, so if you're listening there, let us know in the comments who you think is going to win that one. Going on to the next one, we have Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Who do you think's gonna get this? You want me to? You want to go 1-1 with who starts?
Yeah,
okay.
You can kick this one off.
You can see this is our first episode. We're figuring it out as we go.
Real time.
I'm gonna go on this one. Another decision win, but this I'm gonna have the winner, Sean O'Malley. He's a character that's grown on me through the years. I remember when he first came out. I found him exciting, but some of his mic antics kind of got the better of me. I feel like he has matured a lot. And credit where credit's due, Sean is really good on the feet. He hung in there with Peter Yan. I do think Peter Yan should have gotten that decision win. Sean O'Malley did get his hand raised there, but he stood with the best in the division. He can take a shot, and he can give it back just as good. The guys that beat Sean are going to be the Marabs, the Usman Nurmagomedov. I think that they'll get him. I'm sorry, Umar Nurmagomedov. I do think he's going to get beat by Marab and little Habib, but a striker on the feet like Song, I don't think is going to get the better of him. I'm going to take O'Malley by decision on this one.
By decision?
Yeah. Song can take a punch. I mean, he's got a chin on him. I think O'Malley's going to fight smart. He's coming off of a loss. He really needs that win. But O'Malley does also want to kind of reshoot his career trajectory, and I think a TKO would be really big for him, especially on the first Paramount card. But I think Song's going to be able to take it.
I think Song can be underestimated. And obviously, it's just gut feeling, right? But I also have decision, but I have Song winning by decision. Mm-hmm. And I honestly didn't during the bulk of the week. I have this thing where anytime I've gone against O'Malley, I've been proven wrong. So the fact I even thought of it was like, no, don't go against O'Malley.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with Song by decision. I think if O'Malley finishes Song, it's probably going to be in that first round. If it goes past the first round, I'm going to say that's where I'm going to feel like Song's going to have a better chance of surviving it. And I'm expecting to see a few surprises come from Song that maybe perhaps O'Malley's not prepared for, per se.
He's a good striker. He's a power puncher.
He's easy to underestimate.
Vicious hooks.
Dude.
I just think that technical style of O'Malley might be a little too much, but it's a fair pick on your end.
Song has 7 first-round finishes.
Yeah.
And that in itself is like, don't sleep on the guy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's for real. But it's going to be a great fight. What is Song is 22-8, O'Malley 18-3.
Yeah. But O'Malley's fought a much higher level of competition throughout his whole
pretty
career,
much
too.
out of the gate.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, like he's not.
No, O'Malley's start of his career was very padded in the UFC. They were giving him a lot of hand pick-me fights, but as soon as he got that, starting with that Aljo fight, once he got the title, it's been hell since then. Well, he fought Peter Yan before he beat Aljo. I don't have his record in front of me, so I'm going off my head, but got the win over Peter Yan, then Aljo, then he fought Chito Vera again in the rematch. Then he fought Marab, lost there. I think he's coming off of 2 losses to Marab, actually. But Sean's later half of his career has been pretty stacked. Of course, the beginning was padded, but I think he's going to prove to be a little too much for Song. But it's a good fight. It's a really good fight, actually.
I'm real anxious for it. I'm actually, as we get closer to this, I'm getting more excited for it. When it wasn't on paper, my first this is the one but it's up there with what I really want to. I want to see them all, but you know what I'm saying.
And O'Malley was critical of himself when the fight was first announced. He's like, man, I'm not even co-main event. I'm really dropping off. But now with the injury to Kayla and Nunes, no one's happier for that, I think, than O'Malley. He's now the co-main event.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. I said Usman Nurmagomedov thinking their cousin. I meant Umar. Umar's fighting on the card later as well, too. But yeah, mixing up my Nurmagomedovs.
I was leaning Sean to begin with.
Yeah, I remember you saying that the other week. But
I just feel like if Song can get it to the decision, he'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got to get it there.
It's a fun fight.
Yeah.
I think these main event and co-main event are perfect fights for the first Paramount card.
It's a super unique matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be curious.
I just can't picture Sean losing on the feet at this stage in his career, but we shall see. This next one, I think we're going to disagree on, but it's your turn to kick it off. For Derrick Lewis, the Black Beast.
I put throw away everything out the window on this one with me. I am 100% emotion on this.
But this is Derrick Lewis, the Black Beast, Derrick Lewis versus Salsa Boy.
Yep.
Waldo Cortes-Acosta.
I personally believe this is just going to come down to whichever one of these monsters hits the person first. I honestly do, dude. And
That's how a lot of heavyweight fights are.
Yeah, that's what makes it so interesting is like, I mean, they could stand off for 2.5 minutes. One punch gets thrown. Somebody might go to sleep. It's both of them have that ability. And I think both of them are, Derrick especially, he wants to throw his freaking jock strap into the audience, cup into the audience. I'm going to pick Derrick by knockout. I do believe it's going to come down to whoever is going to be able to get the power shot off first.
These are big boys swinging right here.
Crazy to sleep on Derrick. He comes through and people don't think he's, I mean, how many, he's had a few fights, man, where people are like, oh yeah, I didn't think Derrick was really going to win that fight, but he just went out there and crushed it. He's a great human being from what it seems. Win or lose, this should be, look, I got goosebumps, like legit goosebumps. This should be a great fight. I don't think it's going to go more than a round, but this is going to be a good fight.
I'm with you that Derrick Lewis has to be one of my favorite personalities in the UFC.
He's the best.
He's so hard to root against. I hope to goodness Derrick Lewis wins this fight, and I get my pick wrong because I actually have Waldo winning by TKO, and I hope I'm wrong on this. I am rooting for Derrick Lewis in this fight. If I was going to pick, analytically.
That's how I am with Justin.
Yeah. Like you're rooting for Justin.
I'm rooting for Justin, but I don't think you're going to do it.
I get it completely because that's how I am in this fight with Waldo. Derrick Lewis, it's oftentimes kill or be killed. I think he's going to give hell in that first round. We've seen Waldo take big shots from Sergey. Didn't he? I mean, dude, the guy's got a noggin for a head. Like, I think you could hit him with a baseball bat and he'd wave at you. Of course, Derrick Lewis does have baseball bats for fists. There's possible Derrick Lewis does catch him. Yeah,
come on, dude.
Cement bricks, earth-shattering KO power is what Derrick Lewis possesses. And if he catches Waldo early, it's done. I personally think Waldo is going to fight a very smart, maybe even potentially boring first round, and then get the finish late in the second or the third after tiring Derrick out. Derrick Lewis is saying he feels some of the best he's felt. He said the UFC helped him recover with an injury by giving him some peptides. I think who knows what Derrick Lewis is going to come out. And it's possible Derrick Lewis gets a finish in like 30 seconds. He's that type of fighter. But I'm going to pick Waldo by TKO on this one. And I'm not happy to do it either.
No, I totally fair. I get it. I totally understood your logic. I just also know that Derrick's special. I think a different human being comes out on fight night than you see when he's not in that cage. But dude, the dude's legit and he comes to win. But again, if Waldo can push his cardio, because we've seen Derrick get tired before, then it's going to be fucking lights out. If he can get him to slow down. But if Derrick can come out in that first round and get that shot out, these are monsters, dude.
Waldo has been accused in the past. I've always enjoyed his fights, but a lot of people have found some of his fights to be boring because he fights a very safe, jab, straight fight.
Yeah.
But that's the type of bad matchup for Derrick. But like we keep saying, Derrick Lewis catches you. It doesn't matter who you are on planet Earth. There's a good chance you're going out.
You know what I didn't think of? The frustration level. If he can frustrate Derrick by doing that, then I hate seeing that when you see a good fighter just get in their own head, get out of frustration. That's a possibility for Waldo also.
Imagine we see Derrick hit a surprise takedown and get a ground and pound finish.
Well, you know what we're not going to see is
a submission.
A submission.
You say that
from Waldo.
You say that.
No, Derrick has a submission.
You say that.
You got 3%.
There's always got to be somebody's first submission. You never know. Maybe Waldo gets a rear naked choke. But final picks, you're going Derrick by KO? TKO?
Derrick by KO.
KO or TKO? I'm going Waldo by KO or TKO.
I won't pick around, but I'd say more than likely it would have to be in the first. But if Waldo's going to stay away for a round, then we'll say that's going down to number 2.
Yeah, I'll say late second or third round. Next fight, the star women's fight of the card since we've lost Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison.
Very sad.
Yeah. We have Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas, former champ in this matchup with Rose. You picked first on the last one, so I'll kick off on this one. Rose is one of those fighters, and there's a couple fighters on this card. They're any given day fighters. On any given day, Rose is one of the best female fighters to ever live. On other days, maybe even in the same week, she's, just touching the top 10, depending on how she performs. It really feels like it's which Rose shows up is going to dictate if she wins or loses. Natalia Silva is on a tear right now. She's on a great win streak, ranked number 2 in the division, and rightfully so. I'm going to pick that this is Natalia's night, and she gets the win by decision. But, again, on the night she shows up, she can beat Zhang Wei Li. Like, she is one of the best female fighters to ever live, as long as she shows up and believes it. And I think on this night, it's going to be Natalia's. I have Natalia winning by decision.
I'm not too far off from you. I'm going bold on this one, though. So my issue with Rose is pretty much what you said, and I feel like if she can not come out of that curtain in her head and just be a fighter,
if she believes she's the best in the world, she's going to win this fight.
But dude, there was some like almost unfair marketing around her. Like they propped her up for a while. It just didn't work. So I question if she started believing her own hype, and that's when we started to see which version's coming? Are we going to get the fighter or are we going to get the marketed one? So I'm not disagreeing. I'm just going to say Natalia's going to try to make a statement with this fight, put an end to this malarkey, and she's going to KO her. It's bold. It's possible. Where Rose has a good ground game, but Natalia, I think will do just fine with this.
I don't see Rose getting put out, but it's your pick. I can't tell you you're wrong until the fight happens.
Anything's possible, but I think for a statement to be made, other than choking her out, knocking her out, would do it. And it is within the realm of possibility.
If I'm not mistaken, the only time we've seen Rose get put away is when she got slammed on her head.
Dude, that was brutal.
By Jessica Andrade.
No, that was brutal.
But I mean, hey, we're both picking Natalia.
Yeah.
It's just method that we're disagreeing on.
I was stretching with it. I was just trying to think, like, if I were Natalia and I wanted to come out and make the biggest impact statement about this fight, how could I do it?
I think if she chases that KO, I think Rose is going to jab her up all night.
I don't want her to chase. I just want her to do what she can do. She has it in her.
There's been times Rose shows up and her boxing looks so crisp. Mm-hmm. And then there's other days where she just sits back on inactivity. And it's like, if she's not first in the fight, Natalia's going to take this. If she comes out, she starts pumping that jab, I think we're going to know within the first 30 seconds.
You're going to know during the walkout.
Which road? Yeah. And here's another thing about doing these picks this far out. If I'm making bets on fight, what this is, don't make any bets with these. This is not what we're doing on this podcast. It's just fun picks.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I'm doing my bets and stuff, I wait till I see them at weigh-ins.
Yeah.
And like the closer to the fight that I can get, I want to see how their weight cut's going. So it is a little ballsy to do it this far out because
it's 5 days out.
Opinions could change day before the fight once we see the weigh-ins and stuff like that. Who misses weight.
Well, that's kind of what makes this fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
doing it this far out. And again, we'll do a wrap-up after
Post-fight.
the card as well, too. Yeah. So we'll see how our picks actually go. Both of us could be completely wrong across the board, But we're both picking Natalia. Just I got decision, you have KO. Next fight.
I'm reaching with that KO,
Yeah, I know. You got to throw a couple of Hail Marys in.
Yeah.
Shit, maybe I'll pick Waldo by submission,
That would, if you were going to bet,
mm-hmm.
that would be the best $5 you'd ever spent.
But the next fight, we have Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. Gene Silva is a dog. He came to the UFC off of Dana White's Contender Series and has been just an absolute maniac since then. His only stumble is to Diego Lopez, who's now going to be fighting for the title again. Honestly, probably could have done a lot better against Diego if he didn't do, so hands down and almost a little cocky sometimes in his fight style. But Gene Silva is so fun to watch. He's an absolute dog out there and has overperformed his entire UFC career. Arnold Allen, on the other hand, is what I would call the dark horse of the division. He's under a lot of people's radar. Of course, the hardcore MMA fans will know him. He's not really a household name, but he is one of the most talented gentlemen in the division. Good on the feet, good wrestling, good grappling, just good everywhere. Really pieces it all together. And because of that, I'm going to go Arnold Allen winning this fight by decision. Gene Silva's a madman, though. Gene Silva could catch him. Gene Silva's good on the ground, too. Has a submission win over Bryce Mitchell. He's KO'd even going up in weight against Drew Dober. I mean, Gene Silva is freaking a beast. And it hurts me to pick against him because, come on. The guy, absolute, incredibly fun fighter to watch. But I just think Arnold Allen is a little too crisp on their feet. And this is going to be kind of a coming out party for a lot of people who aren't the most familiar with Arnold Allen. I think after this performance, they're going to be talking about him as one of the next in line for a title.
If he pulls it off.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I think Movsar, deserves a title shot. Lerone Murphy, they're fighting. They should be the number one contender. But I think Arnold Allen's going to be very much in the conversation after this fight. Or it propels Gene Silva back up to the talk of, rematching Diego Lopez or something like that. But yeah, I have Arnold Allen by decision.
I anticipate Silva coming out strong, going for a KO. Probably quick KO. I think the longer the fights goes on, this is where I'm veering with you. I have Allen by decision. But not to underestimate that he's fighting someone that, statistically, you get caught, dude, you're going to sleep. And just forget about it.
Gene's good.
Yeah. No. But I also agree if Allen can pull this off, this will bump up his stock big time. More people will be talking about him for sure. Mm-hmm. This is not going to be an easy fight. And he's definitely going to have to weather some serious shit to pull it off. But if he can, which I'm predicting he's going to, same exact as you, Allen by decision.
Yeah, he's a hard one to pick against this. I don't think I'm rooting for either fighter in this. Like, I'll be happy whoever wins. If Gene Silva goes out there and gets a quick, TKO win or something.
One could go like, how wouldn't you have seen that coming?
Yeah, it's Gene Silva. He's a dog. I'm happy with either any outcome on this. But yeah, I think we're both on the same page. We have Arnold Allen by decision on this one. The next fight. Former champ in the mix with Deiveson Figueiredo. But we also have Umar Nurmagomedov in this. And you know what? Figgy, man, he's a former champ, and it's really hard to pick against former champs. They were a champ for a reason. One of the best flyweights of all time, Figgy. But Umar Nurmagomedov, his only blemish in his entire career is an extremely competitive fight with Merab, where he still won the first 2 rounds against Merab. Umar's getting better every fight. He is active. I look at how much Corey Sandhagen out-wrestled and physically, manhandled Figgy. I think Umar's going to get a decision win here. I don't think he's going to be able to stop Figgy. Figgy's a beast. He's technical. He's crafty. I don't know if Corey could have stopped him if not for the leg lock. Or, he hurt his leg in a leg entanglement. But I think Umar is just going to, right from the opening bell, just maul him. Habib style, really. Umar is really good on the feet, too. And I won't be surprised if we see some of that. But, if I was formulating the game plan with him, I'd say get that takedown as early as you can. Physical, use your size. Cage him if you need to. Put him against the cage and just make it a gritty, grueling Habib-style fight. So I have Umar winning by decision.
The same. I mean, dude, name recognition alone and knowing the training that's involved in this young man, good luck. Mm-hmm. If he wants to take you down, you're probably getting taken down. And if you can figure out a way to stop it and get up from it, then God bless you. But I think it's going to go the distance.
Yeah.
And I say it so nonchalantly, but it's like, look, you're dealing with special. This is like, there's great athletes, and then there's other athletes. And this is just a superb, if you were looking at it as like what he can do in a freaking octagon or even on a wrestling mat, dude. It's like, come on. I'd be crazy to think he's not going to win. Just the method. I'd be shocked if he got a knockout,
or a submission, even
going the distance. I think the only reason he doesn't win by submission is by choice. I think there's just this joy of just smothering for real, dude, like just grinding you, right? Mm-hmm. He's not the first person to do that. Just grind you. And you listen to the commentators. Oh my God, it's the worst feeling ever. Like, probably could do submissions. Just, it's more fun to just grind you, make you want to quit. Damn, dude.
Tough fight for anyone.
Umar decision.
Yeah, it's a safe pick. I feel there. So we're in the bottom half of the card now. That's also a fight I'm very excited for, no matter how the output is. Maybe it's a little slower pace with a lot of wrestling, but I'm excited for it.
No, it's still even, and I agree. I don't like slower pace fights, but his wrestling is, dude. I mean, what? It's just interesting to see somebody not be able to stop something you see coming, and you know it's coming, and you can't.
It's hard to train for that in one card. Yeah.
Who do you train with that can duplicate that? The person you're fighting.
But the next fight in the middleweight division, one of the top prospects in the UFC, in my opinion, Ateba, the silent assassin. He's going up against, and I'm going to mispronounce the name here, Andrey Pulyaev. Ateba has some of the most hype. You know, he's on a lot of people's radars as just a physical specimen. You know, eight wins by KO, 7 first-round finishes, an 89% KO win rate. Dude, from Cameroon, looks as intimidating as his performances show. Andrey's been caught before. I'm going to have to go with Ateba on this one by KO. I think he's going to come out. Like I said, he's one of my most hyped rising stars in the UFC. You know, if you're going to, we've seen it before in MMA, the more hype somebody has early in their career, you know, pressure gets to people, they gas out quick. If I was looking for a Hail Mary bet pick, maybe I would go Andrey by decision. But realistically, what is 99% chance is going to happen is Ateba's going to get an early KO. And this one, I think it's going to be a big breakout performance for him. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this fight, on this whole card, with it being the first Paramount card. I think a lot of people are going to know his name after it. So I'm going to go Ateba by KO.
This is up there with the other fight. You just be crazy to think anything else. The percentage of knockout that he has is just astonishing. 8 freaking knockouts, 7 in the first round. This fight's not going to a 2-round fight, dude. It shouldn't. Statistically, unless I'm missing something in what I'm seeing in real life.
Statistically, it should be done in the first.
This could, you know, you don't like to hype someone up so much because I mean, even that 9-1, that's still relatively new in your career per se.
That's the dangerous. You know, we've seen guys get that hype and they gas out,
or they believe that hype, and then they just don't take it as serious. But this is somebody that in the long game can just absolutely wreak havoc in this division. This is a monster, dude.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to go 30 seconds.
Like I said, I think it's going to be a breakout performance for him.
So I'm saying,
if you don't know the name, you will after this card.
Ateba, first round knockout. I don't picture it going any other way. I just don't. But you know what makes fighting so great?
Oh, Andrey could get, like, if I was formulating the game plan for Andrey, you are to come out of that bell and shoot halfway across the cage. Put him up against the cage for the whole first round if you need to.
Andrey has knockout power.
Just get the,
can do it.
Get the blood flowing in Ateba's muscles. Try to take away some of that KO power. Knees to the body, and just try to grind him out. The crowd's booing. I'm gonna go Greg Jackson style. The crowd's booing. You're doing it right in this fight because you're not unconscious on the mat.
Yeah. Do you know what day of the week it is?
Grind him out for 2 rounds, and then really start to put the pressure on heavy in that third, and take the decision win. He can't give Ateba any space to land a hook, an inside uppercut, anything like that.
I don't think it's going to matter. I think you can swing if you want to.
Who's my pick? It's Ateba by KO.
I'd be all in on Ateba.
If I was on Andrey's corner, though, don't be on the outside with him for 5 seconds in those first 2 rounds.
Andrey knows how to fight.
Get the blood full, the muscles. Like I said, take some of the KO power away, and then let's have some fun in the third. The next fight. You know, I apologize if I mispronounce any names here because we have Modestas Bukauskas. I'm pretty sure I might be pronounced that right, but yeah, I'm not the best. I'm like a regional level fight announcer, just stumbling on names with this one. It's one of those last names.
If you say it 100 times, you'll figure it out.
Yes, one of those last names I can never get right. But Modestas versus Nikita Krylov. Bear with me on pronunciation there. I've been watching Nikita fight for so long. He is one of those kill or be killed fighters. Unfortunately for him in this fight, I think it's going to be one of those be killed performances. I have Modestas winning by KO. Nikita, though, he's one of those guys, if he catches you, you're going out. Like, that's just the way it goes. But I think in this fight, it's again, like I said, he's a kill or be killed fighter. I think this can be a big win for the Baltic Gladiator.
Won't disagree, dude. Boy, there's a lot we're not disagreeing on in this one. It's funny, some of the cards that you and I have talked about and the passion that has come out, and then this card drops and it's like, there's a lot of agreements. And honestly, I feel like it could go any direction if some reckless abandonment comes into play. But I see Nikita coming in full blown beast mode.
You think he's going to get the KO?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. There's a couple of stretches on my. I mean,
he could do it. He's kill or be killed.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of okay. I'm leaning on a lot of KOs because this isn't just a normal UFC event, and the fighters know it. This is their first event on Paramount. Mm-hmm. Now, usually when this happens, that means somebody's gonna their skull's gonna get cracked open, and it's gonna be horrific. Anytime they've ever, like on public television. But I think the fighters are gonna feel this energy. So we're going to see an upped game from a lot. Mm-hmm. Some like Ateba, he just has to show up and throw punches. But Derrick Lewis, you can tell me that energy is not going to be existent. So I'm going to go, like I said, I'm reaching, but Nikita coming out full blown beast mode. Stay focused. Don't get reckless. And I think you can do it.
Both of us are going KO on this one. I would say that this is one, get your popcorn for. It's going to be a lot of fun no matter who wins.
Mm-hmm.
The next fight in the flyweight division, we have Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. Man, Johnson is the prospect killer. He's the only guy in the UFC to beat Joshua Van. He's coming off that big win against Kavanaugh. If you're a prospect, you do not want to fight Charles Johnson. He has, for a flyweight, monstrous KO power, can really put out anyone in the division. And Alex Perez is one of those fighters who, every one of his losses, he's looked great until he loses as well, too. He's really hard to put away with strikes. A lot of his losses come by submission or decision. I do think that Charles Johnson's on a very big upswing of his career. He does have, for all of his, massive wins, he does have some losses that you would have thought, based off of those other wins that he would have won. He's one of those fighters, though. Any given Sunday, I think he can walk away with the win. I'm going to go with Charles Johnson by decision on this fight.
I got a big smile because we disagree. I'm going Perez decision. I have this being full 3 rounds of a great fight with Perez just inching out a decision.
He's a good wrestler. I'm
hoping that it's really going to be that close of a fight that people might go, yeah, honestly, dude, if it went the other way, people would say it wasn't, it has potential. I mean, it could end in 30 seconds, but I'm going that this is going to be a really entertaining fight to watch as well, and both are going to come out strong, but Perez is going to inch it.
I'm going to say I wouldn't be surprised if Alex Perez takes a 30-27, stealing takedowns, halfway through every round.
Oh, don't even say this.
And just gets the decision win. I won't be surprised. I'm kind of banking on, Charles Johnson's coming off of a big win.
Oh, no, dude, you give compelling.
I think he can get this, but this is one of those pick 'em fights to me. I don't know who's going to win. I mean, I have my pick. I think Charles Johnson, but if you put a gun to my head and say, if you're wrong, you're dead, I'd go, fuck.
Oh yeah, you probably might die.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Or unalived, as the kids say.
Mm-hmm. As those TikTok kids say, yes.
TikTok kids.
But yeah, I'll take Charles Johnson by decision. You got Alex Perez by decision.
Yep.
That's fun.
Yep.
That's another one of those we're agreeing on the method, but not the winner.
Oh, it's going to be great. I can't wait till after these fights we can talk about it.
About who actually won and how.
Yeah.
We're down to the last... last 4 fights of the card. Well, technically it would be the first 4 fights of the card because we're going backwards. We went from main event down to first fight.
Hooking you up with the good stuff first.
Yes. Now we have one of those fighters again that I think can beat anyone on any given day and also lose to anyone on any given day. We have Michael Johnson, he's fought the who's who of the lightweight division and in some cases the featherweight as well too. Michael Johnson is an absolute beast. His nickname, the Menace, is fitting, and he is fighting Alexander Hernandez, another guy that's been up and down in his career. However, Alex Hernandez is currently on a big upswing of his career. I know we're passing back and forth.
We were.
I think I took the last 2, right?
Like the last 5 or 6.
Oh my goodness.
The next pay-per-view we'll really worry about it.
No, you take this one first then. I'm being a bully. I'll let you take the last 4.
Mine is actually dependent on you going first on this one.
Really?
100%.
Okay, then the next 3 you take, okay? You take the next 3.
I just made note of it for next time.
I got excited. What can I say? It's not a big deal. I'm going to say, though, that Alex Hernandez is in too big of an upswing at this state of his career. Like I said, Michael Johnson, one of those guys, he could put Alex Hernandez away in the first round, and I wouldn't bat an eye. But I'm going to go Alex Hernandez by decision on this one. Oh, I wrote Alex Hernandez by KO, but I'm going to go Alexander Hernandez by decision on this one.
Interesting. I literally, when I saw your notes, I made a note. I go, everything Damian said, but I'm not feeling the KO.
Yeah, I don't know why I wrote
so
KO.
I went Alexander decision, but pretty much for the same reasons. But for a prelim fight, dude, this is going to be a damn good fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is one of those. It could be a barn burner. We can see fireworks for 3
honestly,
rounds.
I think these 2 people in particular are a match made for each other. So I don't know how much of that is going to cancel out what could be their strengths versus the other one's weakness. It does have an entertainment value that I didn't appreciate first sight.
Mm-hmm.
But once I got in, I'm like, oh, this can be very interesting.
It has fight of the night potential for sure.
It could.
And to be honest with you, if either guy's going to win by KO, I think it's actually more likely Michael Johnson gets the KO than vice versa. Michael Johnson's got a good chin. He's been in there with the best of the best. He brought Justin Gaethje to the deep waters. They had a war. The man can hang. I just think Alexander Hernandez is on a big upswing, but we agree on this one.
So real quick then, what fight do you think will be fight of the night?
The one that we just read.
You think that'll
I think that's
be
fight of the night right there. Possible the main event as well.
My boy
too.
Derrick. If he pulls off what I
think that's performance of the night.
Yeah.
I think that's it might
you're
be
right. You're right.
But in terms of the back and forth,
this has the most potential because statistically they're not really too far off from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude.
So the next fight, and then I'll let you do your pick first. We have Josh Hokit versus Denzel Freeman. Tough fight. Well, not really for me.
I actually put in writing that done properly, this could be the fight of the night. So I did even make note that I thought this was going to be fight of the night. So I will stick to that. It's not going to be an easy walk in the park for sure. Another one for prelim fights. I don't think I've been this excited for as many good fights on a prelim card versus the main event card, but I have Hokit winning by KO in this fight. I don't foresee it going any other way, but it can go any way. Statistically, these are the same human beings.
Heavyweights, you never know. Anyone can win a heavyweight fight.
That's why zero decision. There's no decision involved in this. This is not, it shouldn't go the distance. It's just a matter of who's going to take it. Luke, you can't sleep on him. Oh, Luke Fox, I should say. You shouldn't sleep on.
Denzel Freeman.
But I don't feel it, dude. Josh is an unbroken record in the UFC. And you're coming in hot on the first event. And there's just so many factors I got to go on. But both can knock the shit out of you. Both can put you to sleep. And both can do it in one punch, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
I can't disagree.
I got Josh knockout. I have no round that's coming. That could come in any round, dude.
I'm going to agree with you. Josh Hokit.
But that is my fight of the night.
He was a high level wrestler, former NFL player, absolute stud of an athlete.
Good cardio, dude.
He has some extremely obnoxious mic antics. You know, he's trying to be like a 2025 Chael Sonnen. But when you look past that and you go, the athlete he is, the fighter he is the number 2 heavyweight prospect in all of MMA to me, behind only Gable Stevenson. If not for Gable Stevenson entering MMA, I would say Josh Hokit is like my lock for champ. It's going to take somebody in the top 5 of the UFC's heavyweight division before we even see him struggle.
You'd agree this is going to be a great test for him, though.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if he just runs through Denzel, who's a beast too.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of KOs, high KO percentage, 7-1.
Goosebumps again, dude. Because you can see it happening, you know?
It's possible he catches Josh, because at this level of heavyweight, any punch can put you away. But I just think Josh Hokit is too good of a wrestler, too good of an athlete. I think he's going to steamroll through Freeman in the first round. But again, never
first round. That's
I'm not expecting a back and forth here. A back and forth is how Denzel can get the win with a big, catch him with a big shot. But Josh is good on the feet, good cardio, good wrestling, freak of an athlete.
I honestly hope it goes a little longer than one round. Although heavyweights, dude, that's all it takes, really, just one good shot. But I want to see why I put fight of the night there. And in my head, I can see it playing out that way.
Well, we both have Josh by KO on this one, so let's see. It's a fun fight, though. Josh is definitely a name to keep your eye on.
I'm going to be on the edge of my seat for these fights. It's not even funny.
We're on our final 2 fights here. We have Ricky Turcios versus Cameron Smotherman. Bless Bruce Buffer for doing this for a whole part of night.
I'll tell you what, you give me Bruce Buffer's name, it goes from the baby-faced killer to like some real flowing sounds. I'm assuming he practices a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because, dude, they throw some hard names at him.
Bruce is the best at what he does, but since I stole so many of them, you want to take this one first?
Yeah, okay. We'll do that. I have Cameron winning this fight. I don't have a lot to go on why. I'm thinking this. I put this up as high entertainment. I have this as a decision, not a knockout, not a submission. I'm expecting some nice exchanges between the two, but Smotherman is going to do just that. He's going to smother by a decision. But you know what? If you tell me Ricky's going to win by decision, I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah,
I have nothing dragging me.
To be honest with you, I wish we could argue on this one, but I also have Cameron Smotherman winning by decision. I think neither fighter really stands out too much to me on this.
So I'm not crazy in what I was feeling. All right.
Neither guy's going to be a champion. They both have had wins and losses in their career. Sometimes these type of matchups, this is one of those sleeper fights. It could be one of the most, if not the most exciting fight on the card.
I'll just go out there and bang for
They
3
could,
rounds.
Neither guy has really much to
lose.
Yeah. Well, they could lose their career in the UFC, but there's like
that's a lot.
Yeah, just neither one really stands out to me. But sometimes these sleeper fights are the ones that steal the show. I think that Ricky is a little bit of the Diego Sanchez effect, a little too crazy to get put away.
I liked how you said that.
Diego Sanchez can't get put away at least early in his career. He's just too freaking nuts. I think Ricky has a little bit of that.
That guy was so special.
One of the all-time best chins.
So special.
And again, Ricky's just too crazy to get KO'd or TKO'd in this. I think Cameron's going to be too much for him, a little bit too physical, and I'm anticipating to see Cameron get the decision win.
My hardest fight out of all of them to try to predict.
Well, because again, neither on paper really stands out much, right? It's hard to pick too much off of their past performances and their of why you think each guy's going to win. It's a great matchup for where each other's at in each other's career. Sadly, I do foresee that the loser probably will be cut. It's one of those fights as well too. So let's see.
Oh, you do have Cameron by decision.
Yep,
all right.
Cameron by decision on that one. So the last fight,
forget it.
Adam Fugitt.
Sometimes you just gotta say
Fugitt. We're on the last fight.
Fugitt. Dude, there's no name better other than
Fugitt
than Ruffy.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that is our last name, Ruffy. And then there's Mauricio Ruffy in the UFC, the Brazilian cat.
Might be related.
No, that's not his last name.
No, either is it ours.
Well, it is our last name.
Well, it was changed.
Everyone's last name was changed at some point in time.
Oh, no, meaning like in my father's lifetime.
Both of us were born with that as the last name.
What's his real last name?
Someone in our family heritage generations ago changed the last name, but that's if you went back in somebody's family tree 600 years ago, it's not going to be the same last name as they currently have. Things go through modernizations for the country they're in. His last name's like Lima or something like that. He goes by Ruffy because of the One Piece anime. There's a character in it named Ruffy.
There's a fish.
So all I'm going to say, he's messing with our search results. I used to see what would come up for my jiu-jitsu matches. And now it's all this Mauricio Ruffy.
Dude,
it's not his real last name.
What's funny is when he first really started popping up too. It's like
I thought that maybe
we were holy shit, dude, who's this guy?
Nope,
crushing it.
Found out he just
that bums me out, bro.
Found out he just changed his last. He goes by it. His real name is Mauricio de Lima Santos. but he's a big fan of the One Piece anime. Yep. You know,
Enough to change your last name. That's freaking great.
it's not even his legal last name.
Oh, he just uses it.
That's just what he goes by, like Rampage Jackson. Rampage's name isn't Rampage.
Walking around with your own little nickname.
Mm-hmm. But just keep in mind, that's your boy's real last name, Ruffy.
Good fighter, dude.
Really good fighter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So now we got some more Ruffies in the MMA world with us. But that's actually our last name. But the last fight, Adam Fugitt versus, now I can't say Fugitt. I can't not say it. Adam Fugitt versus Ty Miller.
Thriller
Yeah.
Ty Miller.
You know, most of Ty's wins are by decision, whereas Adam does have a lot of KO wins as well. 50% of Adam's wins do come by KO. Despite being more of a decision machine as Ty Miller. Actually, I'm going to let you go. Sorry, that was the plan. You go.
Dude, you're flowing, man. You're flowing.
No, you go.
Dude.
Maybe you're going to influence my pick. I want to hear your logic.
No, your pick's locked in. I see it right here. No, I think Ty's hungry. He's hungry. I think he's going to come out strong. I'm going to expect a no mercy approach. Again, I'm going with lightning fast speed here. Hear me out on the KO I put. It's possible. It's happened a few times. It's going to happen next week.
You know what's funny that you say that? My pick as well is Ty Miller by KO. And statistically, he should win by decision.
Correct.
He's coming off of a Dana White's Contender Series fight, signing from it.
He's hungry, though.
I think he's going to come out here to make a statement. And Adam's been put away before.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is going to be a career-defining performance. Like, you know, this is going to really put him on the map.
Do you think that this is a padded fight for Ty?
Adam can catch him. Adam's got power.
But do you think
there's no easy fight in the UFC? But I think that they gave this to Ty to stand out.
Correct. 10-5, and I'm not knocking at him, but 10-5 is a tough.
And he's been put away before.
Yeah.
Of course, he has put away plenty of people as well.
Oh, dude, 50% KOs. Come on.
30% sub. Only 20% of Adam's wins come by decision. He's a finisher.
So we're both really reaching that.
Whereas the majority of Ty's wins, almost 50% of his wins come by KO. Come by decision.
Decision, yeah.
It's more likely that Ty is going to just decision him, but I feel like to stand out in the UFC, you know, first fight of the card, I'm going to say Ty is really going to hunt that KO. I think he's going to KO or TKO.
Can't disagree with you.
Yeah, so we're both going Ty by KO on this.
It's weird how we both felt the same. People should know we do these separate from each other, so we're not like, well, what do you feel? What do I feel? I didn't really know what you felt until today. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting when it's that same vibe. Sometimes you question the way you think about something, right? Like, am I crazy?
You know, that just makes sense. He needs that KO coming into the UFC debut.
This is going to be fun to look back on after the fights next week.
Yep. Compare our picks versus the actual results. Let us know in the comments, you know, who you think is going to win the fight. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe on YouTube, like, comment, share, all that stuff. Follow us, subscribe on your favorite audio platform, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Overcast.
Anycast.
We're on all of them. Our website, roughtalkmma.com. Follow us on social media. It's Rough Talk MMA everywhere. Stay tuned for our post-fight wrap-up, as well as we'll be breaking down the next card the following week as well, because there's 2 pay-per-views or numbered events back-to-back. Come on, how about that? We took there was a good 5-6 weeks without a UFC card. Now we're back in
the
action.
Holiday break.
So I'm definitely excited for it. Excited for this Paramount deal. Excited to have all the pay-per-views for free. I said subscribe. Rate us 5 stars on audio platforms. Stay tuned for how the show evolves as well. This is episode 1. Maybe we eventually do interviews, that kind of stuff, you know.
It's possible.
Live shows, all that stuff. But we're keeping it simple to start. And let us know in the comments what else you'd like to see. And follow us everywhere and stay tuned for the fight breakdown. Hope you all enjoy this fight week. And hopefully the card stays as is. Everyone makes weight. There's no injuries. We've already lost one of my most hyped fights of the card with Kayla Harris and Amanda. Hopefully that's it. And hopefully you all have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you back after the card. Ciao, ciao.